Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Natavius Harris, City of Savannah Mobility and Parking Services. I was actually supposed to be there with you guys today to present, to give a PowerPoint presentation over the application that was just submitted for Bicycle Friendly America. But unfortunately, I had to go out of town, so I apologize. I could not be there with you. But before I even get started, there are three people in particular I want to give a special thanks to. My director, Sean Brandon, Mobility and Parking Services, Jane Love from the MPC, Metropolitan Planning Commission, also John Bennett from Savannah Bicycle Campaign. You guys were a huge help in this process, and without you, I don't even know if this would have been possible. So thank you guys so much, and with your help, the application has been submitted. But I just have 10, I'm just going to go through this as quick as I possibly can. There are 10 questions in particular that I highlighted on the application that I felt like was kind of weakened, but we can definitely work as a committee to see what improvements we can possibly make going forward to have a stronger application next go around. All right. So the first question is, does your community have bicycle facility selection criteria that increases separation and protection of bicyclists based on levels of motor vehicle speed and value? All right. Now, currently our answer is no. All right, but this is something that we can definitely change up, just by making some ordinance changes or implementing some new policy or something along those terms. Sounds easy coming out of my mouth, but I know it's not that easy when, actually comes to doing it. So something that we just need to keep in mind going forward. So it's a little vague one, but we definitely need to work together and just keep this in mind. All right, the next question, does your community currently have any of the following street design policies in place that promote a more comfortable cycling environment? Check all that apply. Now, what we checked for this one was design manual that meets current AASHTO standards, and also we checked streetscape design guidelines. All right, that's 2017. AASHTO standards is still a thing. It's still important. All right, but also what's equally important is meeting NACTO standards. So that was one of the boxes we did not check. So this will take a huge effort and collaboration with Savannah traffic and engineering. There it goes. All right, so yeah, you guys definitely would need your support with making sure that we're in compliance with not only AASHTO but also NACTO standards. So yeah, that should work. Going into the next question, does your community currently have any of the following additional policies in place? Check all that apply. Currently, we have paid public parking. All right, it's a long list of these. I apologize, I don't have the list in front of me. If you guys need access to this particular application, Jane Love and John Bennett, they have the username and password as well, so they can always provide you with the information, or you can call over to Mobility and Parking Services and ask for Natavius Harris, and I'll be sure to, we can set up a meeting or we can just talk about it over the phone. But I want to make sure everyone knows what's going on and how we can make these significant improvements to have stronger application. That's my key phrase, stronger application. All right. My recommendation was accommodate for bicyclists through construction sites in the public right-of-way. So when we're, anytime someone is doing any type of construction in the downtown area, if we can just make some type of accommodation for pedestrians and also for bicyclists, we just now solve the issue. Whether we put cones up here or just something there, easy fix. Now that's another box checked on the application. Okay. The next question was, what policies or programs increase the amount of inter-trip facilities for bicyclists? Check all that apply. All right, so a few of these. Quite a bit of these, but I want to make sure I'm transparent and tell you what we checked. Here we go. We checked public uncovered bike racks, public covered bike racks, bike valet parking available at community events, ordinance that allows on-street bike parking, public or private program that provides grants for bike racks or free bike racks upon request. Okay, it's a lot to take in. Again, check with Jane, me, John Bennett. We can work this out if you want to just kind of be able to sit down and look at all this stuff. But my recommendation was establish an ordinance for all new developments specifying amount and location. Okay, so this is what this is entailing is if we were to implement some type of policy, some type of ordinance change that mandates that if you were to have a building in this particular location, in this particular area, you have to have a bike rack and it has to be placed right here. All right, so whether it's in the middle of the parking lot, I don't care, but I'm not the guy to pretty much make that decision. But I do believe that this is something that's an easy change that we can utilize going forward. Stronger application. Okay. The next question. it's a quite interesting question. All right, so I'm open to see what your thoughts are on this one. But the question is, what percentage of transit stops are equipped with secure and convenient bike parking? Currently, we have 10% or less. This is a number that I feel like we definitely can increase, but this is also equally a double-edged sword. The next question, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm about to explain it right here. The next question is, how are residents and visitors encouraged to combine cycling and public transportation? Check all that apply. The first box that we checked on this one was cyclists can practice mounting their bike on a bike rack at community events. Okay? If our buses allow you to mount your bike on a bus, why put a bike rack at a bus stop? Something. It's a double-edged sword. You don't really know what to address. You don't want to waste tax dollars, money. But this is something that we can at least try to increase to get to the 20% mark, just to say, hey, we're moving forward. We're trying to make significant improvements. We're making plans and recommendations for the potential, for our potential as a community, as a bicycle friendly community. There we go. All right. But just going back into that question again, it was, how are residents and visitors encouraged to combine cycling and public transportation? I'm about to read off all that we checked. Again, we checked cyclists can practice mounting their bike on a bike rack at community events. Brochure describing bike rack use / how to store bikes inside a transit vehicle. Information on bike rack / storage provided on transit schedules. All right. The two recommendations that I made was a video describing bike rack use / how to store bikes inside a transit vehicle. I don't know if that's all right, if that's allowed or not. So Grant, that you to be the guy to answer that question. The next one is stickers on the outside of buses with bike racks that say bikes are welcome. Interesting, but obviously what they want us to do is encourage and get more public involvement with this movement of being a bicycle friendly community. Simple. All right. The next question. Last couple of questions, actually. I'm not gonna hold you too long. Which of the following features are provided for bicyclists and pedestrians at off-street path crossings of roads with posted speed limits above 25 miles per hour? Okay. Currently, we have nothing. Well, actually, what we put was no crossings of roads with posted speed limits above 25 miles per hour. No. All right. My suggestion was, this is one of the boxes that we could have checked, curb extensions. So that's going back to you, traffic engineering. We will need your support. And even if we were only implementing one or so, at least we can check that box next go round to say, hey, this is what type of improvements that we're making in our community. All right. Here we go. The next question is, what measures have been taken to improve the safety and convenience of bicyclists on off-street paths? Check all that apply. And out of all of the answer choices that was there, we chose none of the above. All right, and what my suggestion is, one of the boxes we could have checked was improve signage to designate right-of-way to the bicyclists. So here's that right-of-way word again. All right, so just because there's a bike logo in the bike lane does not necessarily mean that we are addressing the signage issue. So just being able to have a sign, long, maybe every other block or so, we have now addressed that problem. Now, I've definitely seen this being an issue. I work for mobility and parking services. Sometimes people will call about a car being parked in a bike lane. I don't get it either. It doesn't make sense. But again, just having that signage there, maybe it would help them out too. I don't know. So let's try to kill two birds with one stone, maybe. I don't know. But something we definitely can improve on. Again, every 2 blocks or so, as long as we have something out there, that's another box check. The next two and the last two I'm just going to go ahead and combine both of these. They wanted to know the percentage of buffered bike lanes and the percentage of protected bike lanes. We put 0. So going forward for any future developments, it is very, very imperative. It's very, very important that we make sure that we start taking into consideration buffered bike lanes and protected bike lanes. It is a little bit more costly, But this is something that definitely will help us to have a stronger application next go around. So again, I apologize I couldn't be there with you guys. Hope all is well. Go Mac. Once again, thank you, John Bennett. Thank you, Jane Love. And thank you, Sean Brandon, for your assistance in getting this application submitted. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.